to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in. Friday, November 21st, the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Back with you, Jason Moore is here, Jay Grizz in the building. I'm Andy Holloway, and we're about to enter the rest of Week 12. We had a game last night. It
got exciting. I thought it was boring for a while. Maybe I'm alone there, but then it got really fun and exciting.
Yeah, it was the 4th and 27 is really where the excitement got turned on its head. You assume the game was over, then they convert a 4th and 27, and then at that point,
you assume they're going to win.
That Josh Allen would find a way.
But that defense, man, when you can rush 4 and sack the quarterback every other play.
I made the joke that Philly always looks like they have another guy on the field, and then before the show we're talking about the fact that when you rush 4, you do.
Yeah, you basically if you can get pressure with 4, you are dropping an extra guy into coverage.
It's a cheat code.
Like you're blitzing, it is a cheat code.
And Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson and the havoc that they – I mean, I had to laugh on one of the big plays where the defensive or the offensive tackle was just like, I'm going to jump on you. And it was a blatant penalty, and then the penalty got declined because they had turned him over anyways. But it was just like he got around him so fast that the offensive lineman just jumped on him. Yeah. Just jumped on his back and rode him to the ground.
You.
And it was a dominant performance.
Josh Allen was frustrated. He was looking like frustrated. He was getting up after the 100th sack. Like, what is happening?
Other than the very capable and always has been after the catch Khalil Shakir, right, who was 8 for 110 and, by the way, scored more fantasy points in our league than Josh Allen did. Other than that, let me read you, Jason, the pass-catching leaders for the Bills. And tell me if you believe this may be part of the problem. Number 2, behind Khalil Shakir's 8 for 110, Ty Johnson.
The running back.
But don't worry. Number 3, Jackson Hawes, the rookie tight end.
Yeah.
Followed by Gabe Davis.
Oh, he's back.
Longtime Buffalo Bill, 1 for 22.
Gabe the Babe.
Josh Palmer, 2 for 21. Dawson Knox, James Cook. Reggie Gilliam, Elijah Moore for -3. You have it's all well and good to go ahead and sit Keon Coleman down, but you really the depth chart really don't feel very good.
No, it seems like they need a first-round wide receiver on this team, preferably one that isn't Keon Coleman, but they do have Keon Coleman on the roster. What they really needed was another offensive lineman because the issue the previous week they didn't have Keon Coleman, and it was totally fine because Josh Allen had time to throw the ball, use his laser beam.
I mean, this is exactly why fantasy football players get frustrated is because Josh Allen went out last week and had 6 touchdowns, and you come out and you have 0.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it. The recent Bills on the road, they've just been a different team. 19 points, lost to the Texans. 13 points, lost to the Dolphins. 14 points, lost to the Falcons. That's 3 of their last 4 road games. So
it's
something to monitor.
Yeah, I'd still be afraid to play them in the playoffs, but right now that would be a road game for them. That's for sure. If they make it in, it'll be a road game.
Pittsburgh on the road this coming week, so we'll see. We'll see if the Bills can get it together.
Woody Marks led the way again for Houston, 16 for 74. He's looked pretty good, and you probably weren't happy with just 3 for 55 and no touchdowns for Nico Collins.
No, you're definitely not happy with that.
So it was really the defense that stood out. I was lucky enough to face 2 pieces of this game last night.
Okay, it was okay if you faced Nico.
I faced James Cook.
Oh, that's not good.
17 for 116, 45-yard touchdown run. Got the little bonus on that. That was sweet. Got the big game.
Well, there's no other player here that's really going to hurt you.
Faced the Houston defense.
Oh, that's not a player, but yeah, I mean, they went off. They didn't score a defensive touchdown. I mean, they did, but called back on penalty.
Right.
And they still, in our format, which we nerf defensive scoring pretty, a decent amount.
That was a 16? 14 points.
Yes,
It
was an outrageous amount for no touchdown.
No, I feel like my week is toast. It's Friday.
And now, genuinely, like I know it's not the offense that's getting it done, but at what point do you have the Kyler Brissett debate of like
with Davis Mills
Davis Mills 3-0, Stroud was what 3-5?
I don't think it'll be a discussion here because I think Davis Mills has been very game manager, whereas Jacoby Brissett has been very like yardage and touchdowns and
yeah.
But it has to pop into your head. Like if he misses another week and they win another game and and then or he comes back and they lose badly and then
exactly.
Yeah, it'll be a discussion. So it is Friday.
Footclan Friday.
We appreciate the Footclan, so every Friday we give $100 away via gift card to fantasychamps.com to one of our supporters. This week's winner.
This week's winner is
T-Sus.
Okay,
T-Sus
you read
99. I did.
Because I see a SKU, like a product.
Like
TSUS 99.
Oh, okay.
T-Sus. That's way better.
T-Sus, yeah.
I'm sure that's what
So
it is.
congratulations, and we appreciate all the supporters there at jointhefoot.com. Let's talk some news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well, Joe Burrow continues to be a full participant at practice. The spread from the New England game has gone from 8.5, New England favored, to 5.5. And where there's smoke, there's Joe. Well, I think he might be back.
Here, I mean,
unless you got something new.
We do have something a little bit new on some of the sports books. We now have props showing up for Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay.
So they are thinking he's going to play. It was something to monitor. Mike went out
oh my gosh.
From Disneyland.
Yeah. Couldn't come to the show. But
no, couldn't come to the show, but he can work his trades.
Make a little deadline deal.
Like a jerk. Him and Josh are just they're the two leading teams right now in the league of record, and they both went after just trade after trade after trade. And when we thought all trades were done because no one had any ammunition left to make any trades.
Yeah, Mike dropped a Burrow bomb.
A Burrow bomb. He's got the Chase Burrow stack now added to, like, that was his weakness. I was not as afraid of Mike. Like, I was talking him up. I wasn't really that afraid of him because he was rolling with, like, Bo
He's
Nix.
not here, so you can just speak your mind.
He was rolling his great team.
Yeah, Bo Nix was
Bo
a
Nix
problem.
and Cortland Sutton was his stack.
True.
And I was like, nobody tell him.
Yeah, don't tell him what his weakness is.
He's the number one. He's the best.
Yeah.
Just talk him up. You don't need to do anything.
You can't lose with that team.
He gave a tip a year or two ago of like, don't rest on your laurels. If your team is doing well, don't rest. And he didn't. He made a great transaction, and now I'm
scared.
Now I'm very scared.
Yeah, and Burrow's probably going to play
because he was relying on the CMC Bijan. Like, that's what's been carrying him.
The fact that you can now say CMC, Bijan, Chase, Burrow.
Exactly.
It's going to be a huge problem.
It reminds me of, like, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak.
Yeah, I worry about Dak a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Me too. That's my team. I'm really worried.
We have Aaron Rodgers and Jaylen Warren returning to a limited practice. Ramondre Stevenson still limited with the toe injury, so we're waiting to hear if Trayvon's a player that Papa Josh traded away yesterday, probably at the peak value right now. But that could hurt if he's the dude rest of the season. Jackson Dart remained limited on Thursday. Darius Slayton returned to a limited practice, so maybe we get some Darius Slayton back on the field with Jackson Dart. Josh Jacobs returned to a limited practice. There's a lot of limited stories here that feels like I'm reporting nothing, actually, because, okay, we're limited, but we need some declarations of availability here. Bucky Irving practicing as well.
Yeah, Sunday Live will be pretty important with the amount of people that we're not sure about whether they're playing or not. So that will be me this week, an hour before kickoff. Join us on pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Yep. You can go over to YouTube, click the bell if you want to get notified when Jason is live this week for Sunday Live. Daniel Jones was added to the injury report with a calf issue, officially limited on Friday. But Stephen Holder reporting there's no real reason for alarm, at least in his mind. And then we'll get into some other injury updates during the matchups today. We also have the fantasy face-off at the end of the show. unless it gets preempted for some sort of like catastrophe.
No, I think
like
we're
world
good.
News.
I think we're good. I'm really excited about it.
Oh my gosh,
Deucers, are you guys excited for the?
Oh my gosh, I'm praying for a meteor.
Oh yeah.
Because if a meteor comes, I'm reporting on the meteor and cutting out.
You're going to report.
It
doesn't even have to hit yet.
No, I'll just do a quick preemptive. It's like beep 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 beep
Okay.
beep beep.
All right.
And then we're gone. That was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Let's jump into the matchups. It's time.
Fantasy Forecast, presented by Prize Picks.
Yesterday, we covered the Steelers, Bears, Patriots, Bengals, Giants, Lions, Vikings, Packers, Seahawks, Titans, Colts, and Chiefs. So if you want to hear those matchups, go ahead and click on yesterday's episode, and you'll find them. Today, we're going to start with the New York Jets, who are a 2-8 franchise right now, going to Baltimore, who's 5-5 and won a handful of games in a row, and Baltimore 13.5-point home favorite.
Woo! That's a large line. That gives the Jets 15.5 points, and honestly, I would take the Ravens to cover.
Over under 44.5 in this one. That gives the Jets just 15.5. They said they're going to start Tyrod Taylor. Okay.
Maybe it's an upgrade.
Yeah. 4 straight wins for Baltimore. To give you a lay of the land on the defense, this is not a small change of what's happened. In the first 6 weeks of the season, they were dead last in the NFL in points per game allowed. Then they had their bye week. Then they had their Wheaties. Weeks 8 through 11, they are second in points per game allowed.
Yeah.
So you can't look at them as a pushover anymore. You can't look at them as an opportunistic start for Breece Hall anymore. And point differential here, the fact they're at home, it just doesn't give you confidence with anything on the Jet side, even Breece Hall to me. I think you're going to play him if he's on your roster and he's in there. You're just going to hope that you get a big play or a big game, or we saw 6 targets in Tyrod Taylor's last start.
Yeah, 6 targets, but he only scored 7 fantasy points. He had 15 total opportunities against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 3. And so I don't expect a good game from Breece Hall against the Ravens. He will be involved. He'll have a lot of opportunity. Hopefully you're in a full PPR league. I think that could be helpful, but you're not looking at this like, oh, Breece Hall's start of the week. This is a guy where you got to go, who else do I have on my roster? If it was Breece or, ETN, if he's healthy.
You're going I'll go ETN.
I would go the ETN route.
Lamar Jackson is still leading the NFL in touchdown rate at 8.7%. The yardage has not been – that was one of the things when I was looking at the Prize Pick stuff for this week for Fantasy Faceoff. I kind of wanted to go the yardage direction with him, and then it's just not been there recently. The yardage, 200, 176, 193, 1 passing touchdown the last 2 weeks despite the W's. It hasn't been flowing, I would say, right?
No.
And he's not – last week he didn't run a lot. Okay?
Yeah, I wonder how much of it is the injury. He's obviously missing practice. He's banged up right now. So I don't think he's going to be forced in this game to throw for a ton or run for a ton. I think they'll take it easy, and this should be really Derrick Henry taking over this game.
Yeah, he's coming off his first game with both 100-plus rushing yards and a rushing touchdown since week 1.
It's getting colder out there. This is Yeti season. Derrick Henry will probably have 100 rushing yards and a touchdown in back-to-back weeks.
We have still just 2 top 24 finishes for Zay Flowers on the year. He started the year with the fire first week, and then you've been chasing it ever since. Would you play him, or would you go Michael Wilson against Jacksonville with no Harrison?
I would go Michael Wilson.
As would I. How about Odunze? We talked about him yesterday. What about Pittman against Kansas City? I'm playing all 3 of those guys over Zay Flowers myself.
I would personally go Michael Wilson, then Zay Flowers, then Pittman, then Odunze.
Interesting. Okay.
Actually, then Odunze, then Pittman. Pittman's got a tough matchup against Kansas City.
Mark Andrews, is he pure touchdown or bust in your mind?
He's pure touchdown or bust.
But that's pretty good odds.
I was going to say,
but
don't hear what I'm not saying. I think he's a fine play because there's probably a 40% chance he gets a touchdown.
What about a player that could have a lot of yardage, could have the big play down the field, in Colston Loveland versus a Mark Andrews start? Would you go with Loveland against Pittsburgh? We talked about Ramsey and Odunze and
some of the other injuries there. I think Loveland is probably a better floor play, and either one could get a touchdown. So I would go Loveland over Andrews.
All right, Jason, I hope you're ready.
I'm totally not.
We're going to enter the dome zone.
Oh, I love the dome zone. I am built for the dome zone.
Next 5 matchups are all in domes.
Let's go.
So you don't have to worry about weather. I don't have to hear you barking about snow flurries or wind or anything like that.
Good.
Cleveland 2-8, Las Vegas 2-8. They're going to play this one. There was some talk from me
of just
scrapping it.
Just call it a tie?
Yeah, just call it. No, 2 losses.
Oh, so just both teams 2-9.
Both teams just go to 2-9.
Smart.
Las Vegas -3.5 at home. The over-unders.
Holy moly, 36.5?
36.5. And I see it. I mean, let's go.
How do the Raiders score on the Browns defense?
Special teams play.
Pick
sack,
six.
fumble by Max Crosby.
Who I apparently
pass interference call.
Apparently, I don't know when this week, but I referred to him as Mason Crosby.
Oh, you did?
I did.
On the show?
On the show, yeah.
And I didn't
you didn't catch it. Nobody caught it. The
shout
people
out
caught it.
To Green Bay Packers legend Mason Crosby.
Yes, the kicker.
Oh, that's
really
good.
getting after the quarterback.
Well, okay. These are teams that are 29th and 30th in points per game, so that has something to do with the 36.5 point over-under. I don't really want to break the matchup down beyond the fantasy stuff. It'll gross me out. I ate breakfast. I don't want that coming up.
David Njoku did not participate in practice on Thursday, so I think if he is out, Harold Fannin Jr. is an okay play at the tight end. I would rather play him than Mark Andrews if Njoku is out.
It'll be Shedeur, his first start ever, and Geno Smith kind of looking like a guy who's only started a game or two in his career. It's going to be hard against this defense, which – like the Cleveland defense, it had a good run to start the year, had a couple weeks where it was like shaky, and it's back in full force. Like, over under 6 sacks on Geno Smith. I don't know which direction I'd go there.
And on Shedeur.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have great
Shedeur.
pocket presence, and with Mason Crosby there, he's going to get back
the
behind
kickers
him
are going to get to
him.
him. Yeah. But fantasy-wise, there are names. I mean, Brock Bowers is going to be in your lineup. Ashton Genty with the down week, you're going right back to him against this.
You are going right back to him. It's not a good matchup, but
if you had Judkins on the other side or Genty, I think I'd probably play Judkins. Yeah. ETN, Ken Walker, your start of the week, or Genty. Like if it was a Ken Walker against Tennessee,
I would go Ken Walker.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to do.
Yeah, because
emotionally,
he's been bad and Genty's so good.
But I think I would do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch a single wide receiver for the Browns. With Shedeur there, if I had to. Personally, I would go Cedric Tillman over Judy and Isaiah Bond simply because with the backup narrative, when the backup comes in, the guy he's been practicing with is oftentimes targeted more than the starters, and he's clearly not had any work with the first team. But no, don't do any of them.
Are you starting anybody on the other side? I mean, I feel like the wide receivers, you could just take them off the board both sides.
No, this is Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, Quinshon Judkins, and maybe Harold Fannin. That's it. Let's move on.
Jacksonville 6-4, Arizona at home 3-7. The Cardinals, yay! Vegas line Jacksonville -3 on the road over under 47.5. Last week was a dominant performance by Jacksonville. Basically erased everybody on Los Angeles
against
from a fantasy
much better team
perspective. So yeah, it was 35-6. I mean that's wild. That's a wild one. Arizona, the implied point total for AZ in this one 22. Jacksonville 25, 47.5 is a nice number. These are two of the more faster-paced offenses. Jacksonville's up at number 1, Arizona number 2.
Really?
In plays per game.
number 1.
Number 1.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I would have thought that was the Saints.
No, that's this guy.
Duval.
So I like that. I love the fact that Jacoby Brissett's averaging 42 passing attempts per game, and the fact that he did what he did last week without Marvin Harrison just shows how capable he has been as a fantasy option. Michael Wilson,
and it's
good start.
This is a perfect matchup because the Cardinals have struggled having any running back of real note. They use a committee because they don't have Trey Benson or James Conner anymore. And so the Jags that they do have, ironic, they're just mixing them up, and you don't really care about them for fantasy. But this matchup,
Jacksonville's real good against the run.
That's the point. Is like Jacksonville shuts down the run, but they're not that good in the secondary. So Jacoby's going to throw the ball a lot, and the wide receivers are going to get a lot, even in a loss. I mean, I think this is a wonderful place. It's hard. I don't like chasing, a 1 week wonder in Michael Wilson, but I can't imagine not playing him.
Just do the target math, right? Even if it's not going to be 15 for 185 again. But 18 targets, I mean, give him 12. Give him 11.
Give him 10. I mean, 10 targets. If I can guarantee 10 targets from any wide receiver, I'm going to be starting that guy.
It's kind of the inverse scenario on the other side where the Cardinals have struggled really badly against the run in recent weeks. They're 26th in the league in the last 6 weeks in fantasy points allowed to running backs, and that is where, Etienne and Bashaw Tutin dominated the Chargers last week. So it gives me a little bit of it gives me a lot of confidence on their running game, and maybe a little bit of hesitation on the Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers side of things. I don't think we'll see Brian Thomas Jr. out there, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, this is I'm excited for the running backs.
Are you playing Dortch? Are you playing Dortch over Parker Washington?
I would play Dortch over Parker Washington, yes. Greg Dortch in this same game, I would play over him.
I kind of have
6 for 66 and a touchdown last week.
I might play Jacoby, though.
I would love to play Jacoby.
Myers. No, sorry, not Brissett.
Oh.
Jacoby Myers, what I've seen on film in Jacksonville, him integrating into this offense so quickly.
He's a much better actual wide receiver than Parker Washington.
So I think I'd play Jacoby Myers over Greg Dortch.
Sure. So it goes Michael Wilson, definitely want to start. Then Jacoby Myers, you can.
Dortch, you can.
Parker, probably not. I'm dropping Parker this week in League of Record.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Who traded him to you?
Yeah, dude, you have traded me like 4 times this year, and every time I receive your
every
guys
time I
off
send
a
guy
spot,
over, to use an inappropriate, harsh analogy, it's like they come over with a bomb strapped to their chest.
Yeah,
and then once they get to your team,
or
they self-destruct.
Just an
they all do.
Yeah, they all had they had the virus living inside of them, but they didn't get sick until they were on my team.
You didn't get activated until you was exposed to your environment.
Yeah, it's been a real
I think I've
fun
sent
time.
you 3. We figured out I sent you 3 tight ends this year. It was Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm, he died.
It was Waller.
Oh, he died.
And then Gadsden. He just didn't give you a big game in your first week, so you're afraid of him piecing out.
He will die.
Jacoby Brissett, though, won't. I think Jacoby Brissett is a legit great play.
Yeah, I would start him over Trevor Lawrence on the other side of the ball. I would start him over a lot of players this week. I think it's good. There are several players in this matchup that are going to have great fantasy outputs, and Trey McBride with Jacoby. The numbers that people might not understand how good he's been. Usually the tight end 1 is around wide receiver 10 to 15. Right now, he is scoring as the wide receiver 1. The best pass catcher in the league in games with Jacoby Brissett.
I actually had the thought this morning, we're out here in Arizona.
And the Jags suck at defending tight ends.
We're the Cardinal fans out here.
You are.
I had the thought, I think Jacoby might be the starter next year. Because of the way that I'm listening to, if you listen to Cardinals locker room, if the coaches stay, which I think they will.
Seems likely.
The offensive lineman, Paris Johnson, like these comments in the locker room about the leadership of Jacoby Brissett, the Cardinals are not going to have a top pick for a quarterback. That's not going to be the case. They're going to be just bad enough to be at 8, 9, 10. There aren't quarterbacks that I love coming out that are going to go beyond the top 3. I genuinely think there's a better than 50% chance that Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback for the Cardinals.
Can you get a first-round pick for Kyler?
No, because of the way they've played this. They've played this like morons.
Screwed it.
The way you get a first-round pick for Kyler, 1, you trade him at the deadline without anybody knowing you're going to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2, you reinforce that he's the guy when he comes back. And
that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do.
Like right now.
Yeah, right now.
He's absolutely the guy.
He's our guy. Next year, he's our starter. We love Kyler. He's a franchise quarterback.
Let me show you what we'll get for Kyler.
You're holding up a 0.
We will get nothing.
That can't be true.
Yes, it will be
There
true.
are so many franchises that would drool over having Kyler.
No, we will get nothing for him.
That's not
he will
true.
be cut this offseason.
He will not be cut.
Yes.
No, he will not. That's the.
He'll be cut. He'll be released.
I will bet all of the money that I have.
There's a money date. There's a date where more money gets guaranteed to Kyler, and we'll cut him beforehand. The Cardinals suck, and that's what will happen because we've built no demand for him because everybody knows.
There will be demand. He's a dead cap hit of $42 million next year, $60 million the next year.
Oh, it sounds like a really attractive contract for those trading teams, Jay.
It's an attractive player.
It doesn't matter. They can pay him a lot less if we cut him. It's a game of chicken, right? If you don't trade for him, what do the Cardinals do? They're not keeping him as a backup. Cardinals, what are you going to do?
We'll
cut him. I'm telling you, we'll cut him.
We are not going to cut him.
Yes, there's a cut date. There's a date that would save a ton of money.
Not happening.
There's no demand.
We're not
what team wants him?
Half the league.
Okay, and for the contract he's on?
Yes.
No, 0 people.
You think the Jets?
Zero
the
people.
Jets wouldn't pay Kyler that if he was on the open market?
I don't think so.
I promise.
Oh, on the open market, he's not signing a deal like that on the open market.
I think
he'll get a 1-year Justin Fields deal.
Nah.
Okay. It's all moot. The Cardinals suck. Everything sucks. All right, here we go. Ad break time. Philadelphia, Jason, 8-2. They take on the 4-5-1 Dallas Cowboys. You got any almost upsets in the cards here? Vegas line, Philly -3, over under 47.5.
I'm shocked that it's a 3-point line with the way that the Eagles defense has been playing. I mean, obviously this game is in Dallas. I have hopes and fears for this game as my fantasy season will go the way of the Cowboys offense. This is terrifying. We've got a run here for the Cowboys of really tough matchups. Thankfully, their 2 toughest matchups, which are this week and next week, are both at home. Philly and Kansas City at home. So, this will be a good test for them.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about Kyler Murray. Philly. They want you to think, they're fans, of course, that the world is over and ended, which is a great insult to us teams that really have crappy teams. Yeah. But that's Philly media. We've been there. We've done a show in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Strong opinions.
They are hardcore sports fans.
Yeah, which I respect that, but you don't have to be mad all the time.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Week 1, it was 24-20. It's wild to think about how the seasons might have just been a little bit different. If Dallas wins that ball game, I don't know. Do they trade Micah Parsons? I have no idea. Philly ran it 38 times in that game. The Cowboys' rushing defense has gotten better, but they're not a good defense. There's no one that's going to make that argument right now. Luckily, they are facing not a good offense in the moment. So I do think this game could be close. It's in Dallas. It's crucial for Dallas. I mean, talk about a difference in how you feel like your playoff potential would be. Fantasy-wise, Dak, it's a tough matchup.
It is a tough matchup. I think you can play him, but you don't necessarily need to. I'd rather play Jacoby Brissett.
His only bad game of the year was Philly.
I am personally I have Dak and Purdy on my lineup.
What are you doing?
I'm playing Purdy, even with the stack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, it limits your downside a little bit in this one. If you play that stack against Philly and the game goes Philly's way, you could really get hammered by 2 bad performances.
Yes.
Pickens has been awesome. CD, you're playing both those guys. You're playing Javonte, I think, and you're just mitigating or limiting your hopes a little bit of a ceiling game. It hasn't been good for one player in recent weeks who really was on fire for the first 7 weeks of the season. The return of CeeDee Lamb has hurt Mr.
Ferg Daddy?
Fergalicious.
Okay.
He had a goose in the first game. CD came back. Then it was, 5 for 50. That's fine. Then it was 4 for 16, but he got in the end zone. My confidence in Ferg Daddy has gone down for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when he's the second target, we talk about this all the time in the offseason. Like to be successful as a tight end in fantasy on a consistency basis, you have to be the first or second target. Now he's the third target. You're reaching for buttons. Is this
breaking news?
This is interesting, mostly for Mike, the fantasy hitman. No, for everybody. Jackson Dart's not playing. Jackson Dart has been ruled out Sunday against the Lions. He did not clear protocol. I only say that because Mike has Burrow. I guess Burrow might be his starter.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, no, they're on bye. Yeah, they're on bye. So he won't have a starter. He'll have to go sign somebody.
news.
Burrow plays the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yes. Okay.
You said that. I was like, I'm
I'm
pulling
sorry.
it up
I'm
immediately.
sorry.
Like, what?
Yeah.
They're on bye.
Yeah.
I think you were thinking of Herbert, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But yes, he is playing. So Mike will have to play Burrow if Burrow's active. But no Jackson Dart, which is a disappointment. That game is going to be really bad for the Lions.
Yeah.
It already was, but
You were hoping
I was
Jackson
hoping that-
Dart could
Yes.
keep up, and that hurts. Like, for instance, your Jamison Williams.
Chase is technically on bye. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking
there
of the
it
fact
is.
that Chase himself is on a forced bye by the NFL for spitting in somebody's face.
Yes. So
So-
he will not have a Chase Burrow stack.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So he will
yeah.
have just the Burrow part. But I'm going to go ahead and pivot from Jackson Dart as my start of the week to Jared Goff, who is my backup start of the week.
Okay.
So in the same game.
Which, ironically, Jackson Dart not being there hurts Jared Goff as well.
It probably does.
Yeah.
But Jameis Winston, we know Jameis can have a little fun out there. Circling back, what were we talking about before? We were talking about Dak and the Cowboys in Philadelphia. I think the Falcon was trying to get me to make a Fergatory joke, like putting Jake Ferguson in like tight end Fergatory. But I decided I wasn't going to do it.
I wanted to hate it a lot
yeah.
more than the second time. I feel like that was okay.
Second time I delivered it.
Yes.
Yeah, putting him in tight end Fergatory.
Yeah, that's
That
much
one?
better.
You messing around with Goddard?
Yeah, I mean, when you play against the Cowboys, you want pieces. I think he is an okay play.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I'm
You're
playing
putting
both of
them
them.
in your lineup.
I tried really hard to get A.J. Brown again this week because I still think it's going to be really good for him rest of the season.
Yeah, there's a small piece of me that's worried he's losing a step. He's certainly given up on steps. We've seen it 3 times this year where there's been a go route that he has just slowed up on. Just like, I'm not going to get past the ball, so why give full effort? And then the ball sails 5 yards over his head.
The Falcons are 3-7. They take on the 2-8 New Orleans Saints. So what? We got a 2-8 matchup. We got a 3-7 2-8 matchup. Whee!
Hey, that's great because then those games can be competitive. And they're like, I'm just saying, I want all the bad teams
You're
to play the
saying you don't
bad
want
teams and
somebody
the
to blow-
good teams to play the
Okay.
good teams.
Yeah, I mean the over-under in this one's 40. So we got 40 in this one. We had 36 in the other crap game. That's the only thing that sucks because you got no Drake London. You got Kirk Cousins taking over.
The
Like
vibes in Atlanta are just so good. The vibes are going great. I mean, they beat the Buffalo Bills.
Kyle asked us to spend 20 seconds on this game.
Yeah, because he's a Falcons fan, and they've lost 5 straight.
Yeah.
And they've lost, I mean, in disgusting fashion.
Hey, Kyle, is he on the microphone?
Yes, I'm here.
You aren't. Al tried to talk. Kyle, just summarize you're in Atlanta, your boots on the ground. Give us just an overarching vibe check there in Atlanta and what you expect moving forward.
We think every day about us taking Pitts over Chase. Put it that way. That's what we think about every single day.
Oh, man.
Whew.
That was a bad pick.
Wait, are you saying you regret that? Wait, you think about that in what way?
That was
Good
a
or
bad Pitts.
It's just sad. It's the saddest thing in the world.
Because you could have Jamar Chase.
I'll bet
Or
your team
like
would
the
be better.
20 other players after him that are all great. That
Yeah.
were drafted. All of them.
What about this week, Kyle? Is Kyle Pitts going to deliver?
9 targets last time? Sure. I mean, it could work.
Yeah. The last time that London was out and Kirk was the starter, 9 targets, he was okay. I think Kyle Pitts is – like I would rather play Kyle Pitts than most of these tight ends we've talked about, which, I don't want that to be archived.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. I would rather play him than Mark Andrews, that tier.
And you can throw Darnell Mooney. I'd probably play him over Parker Washington and Dortch.
Yeah. I mean, the defense for the Saints, I expect them to play decent ball. They're at home. That's a tough environment. There's some good vibes there. The switch over to Tyler Shuck, who played well, I think, in both of his starts so far, but had the victory in his last start. And I'll bet New Orleans, the city, is excited. They're going to be up for this game. So I I worry a lot about the Falcons offense here with Kirk and no London.
I don't have the nasty button over here if somebody wants to hit it for me.
I got you.
But I think there's a world where we see some Devin Neal in this one. Alvin Kamara is still limited. And so I'd be curious to see what Devin Neal can do if he gets opportunities in this game. Olave, you keep playing, but you don't watch the games?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had the one game without Khalil Shakir or 2 games, but one game with Shuck, no Shakir, where you're not getting blown out by the Rams against Carolina, and he was 5 for 104 and a touchdown. Honestly, it's his biggest game in a long time. So I'm actually excited for Olave.
I'm still reading about this Kyler contract, little bits and pieces here. Well, because like most of the players paid as much as Kyler have no trade clauses, and he doesn't. But he does have the unbelievably cool homework clause, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it requires 4 hours of independent study. I mean, the fact that that's in a contract, and it's wild because it was.
That's not in a contract because of Kyler. That's in a contract because of Bidwell, because he's a joke of an owner.
Well, I mean, this was Kyman Kingsbury. So like their current GM and their current head coach have no allegiance to this contract and to Kyler. Whether it's a trade, whether somebody's willing to take on the insane money, which I think is unlikely, but Cardinals seem ready to move on. Are you happy about that? Because a lot of the times when you move on from a player, you might spend 10, 12 years in purgatory at quarterback.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I don't think with Kyler we've been good enough to truly compete. So we end up in purgatory either way.
Man,
so
purgatory.
Let's move on. Let's move on from him. But I very much want them to trade him for something good. And I think that there are teams out there that need a quarterback, and there's not a ton of them growing on trees.
If we trade him, I don't think we get a lot, personally. I'd be shocked. We traded Josh Rosen. You remember that?
Did we get something for Rosen?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
we got a
fantastic.
2019 second-round pick and a fifth-round pick.
That's a great deal.
A 2 and a 5. Miami, thank you. Yeah, maybe Miami comes at us. Got precedent. Tampa Bay 6-4. Los Angeles, the Rams 8-2. Vegas line here. Los Angeles -6.5. Over under almost 50 points. Okay, here's a game.
This should be fun if Baker's good to go and healthy enough. He was quarterback 8, quarterback 7 last 2 weeks. If he's game for this and he's a gamer, I'm super excited.
You know, it seemed like they were winning every close game to start the year, right? Like Baker had the last second drives and all of them. Now they're losing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Baker will be fine. We don't expect Bucky Irving to play. So Sean Tucker, an interesting chase after last week. He had 12 touches. He had a 43-yard touchdown. He looked, I guess, pent up would be the word.
Yeah.
Like somebody ready to play football.
He was very fast. His breakaway run down the sideline was very impressive. His speed pulled away from defenders who took bad angles, and they could not catch him. So I would certainly be starting Sean Tucker over Rachaad White. I believe that it was hot hand in the game, but I think that they will continue to hot hand after that and say, hey, we're going to give you more opportunities. Now,
yeah, White's hands have been cold for years when it comes to running between the tackles.
They're like, don't touch me.
No.
Don't touch me. It's freezing.
Freezing cold.
This isn't a good matchup for it, though. Like the Rams' defense has been otherworldly. Their rush defense is very difficult. Both of these teams are usually good rush defenses, although so far this year, Tampa Bay has given up a lot of fantasy points to running backs.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any fear for Kyren, of course. Puka, Devontae, play them. I think you play Stafford, and you hope for the game to get up above that 50-point mark and be a shootout.
When it
play
comes,
Abuka, of course.
When it comes to Sean Tucker, like, would you play Bam Knight or Sean Tucker?
Tucker. Would
you play Sean Tucker or Alvin Kamara if he's active?
Tucker.
I would go Kamara there.
Emmanuel
Wilson.
To be honest with you, I am shocked that anybody on this planet wants to play Alvin Kamara.
Why?
I don't know. Just because I feel like when he's bad, he's invisible.
I agree. He's had a lot of poor production this
I mean, are you
season.
just feeling better with the bye week and getting another week for rest?
A bye week with rest. Shuck is better than Rattler. Last week he had 25 opportunities. So
yeah, I get it. Guess that makes sense. It was a little bit better for him after basically not touching it a lot before Rattler left. So, yeah. Anybody else in this game you want to discuss, Mr. Moore? We have.
What do you think of Tez Johnson?
I think it's just really.
It's hard to play a guy off of 3 targets, 1 catch for 6 yards. I was very disappointed last week, especially in a game where you score 32 points.
It just feels
back
like
and forth. But you're going to need to throw the ball against the Rams because you're not going to run it well against them, and the Rams are going to score.
Is there a chance Godwin plays, though? They said full participant for Godwin on Thursday.
There is a chance. I saw that he's hopeful, but
I'd make other plans than Tez, personally, especially against
this is not fair to the – I feel bad for the Buccaneers who had to go to Buffalo and then in Buffalo, New York, and then the next week fly all the way to Los Angeles to play back-to-back brutal matchups. This is tough sledding.
Yeah, this will be a tough one too. I mean, they're 6.5-point underdogs.
I get it. I think the travel and the brutal way that they lost, they gave it everything they got. I mean, last week they went all out, and I feel like I know that there's been a lot reported of like teams after they play the Lions, just when they just get brutalized the next week, they have a down week. This feels tough to me for the Buccaneers to go to the Rams and
like the Rams a lot.
I do.
We'll take a break. We'll talk Monday Night Football, get into the Faceoff. Carolina still surviving 6-5 here. Taking on the 49ers in San Francisco. 49ers 7-point home favorites. Over-unders 49.5. Carolina could match records with San Francisco with a win in this one. 49ers are the last NFC team in the playoffs right now. Panthers knocking on the door behind them, along with Detroit. Both teams have been good in close games this year. One-score games. San Francisco 4-1. Thank you, Cardinals. Carolina 5-1. Bryce Young, NFC Offensive Player of the Week with 448 passing yards and 3 touchdowns against Kyle's Falcons. Brock Purdy's your start of the week, and he looked great last week. He has got the mind meld with George Kittle.
I love that.
He has caught his last 23 targets in a row, George Kittle.
For real?
For real.
That dude's awesome. That dude,
he's
Kittle
pretty awesome.
is awesome in every single way you can be awesome.
There's no way he's not awesome. Even the hair.
I'll bet you he's good at cards. I'll bet you he's great
juggling?
at cards. He could juggle. He could for
easily,
sure juggle.
Easily juggle.
He's caught 23 passes in a row. You think he can't just simply juggle?
You think he can drive a stick shift?
He grew up on a stick shift.
Yeah.
He was on like some kind of he had the hard top.
Is he punctual? Does he show up to things on time?
No, he's way too cool to show up on time.
Because showing up on time is not cool.
Exactly.
5 minutes late.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah. Think he could he can probably swim, right?
Yeah, I think
he could swim. Okay.
I think that's like not a
super
high bar.
That's not a
he can dunk.
He could dunk?
He could definitely dunk.
On a 12-foot hoop?
For sure.
Another fun stat from this game, Chuba Hubbard. He has allowed 0 pressures on 26 pass blocks this year. That is the most of any running back. So he has been a really, really good, a benefit to Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Where Rico has allowed 12 pressures on about the same amount of pass blocks. But Rico has been the much, much better, more productive, more explosive, more dynamic runner.
After they lost to Buffalo, they made the transition. They came out and said it. They said, we wanted to have Chuba, give him the respect. He's a big part of this team, but Rico's been better, and we need to make that transition. Since that time, Chuba's on 22%, 21%, and 19% each week, lower than the previous on snaps, percentage of snaps. Like this is Rico's backfield. Chuba is a good pass blocker. I don't think it matters. And the San Francisco 49ers defense has not been very good. They're so depleted. They're so injured. And so I think this is going to be an exciting game. I think it seems like what Carolina has done with Rico Dowdle in winning games and putting up enough points, they're going to score. They're still going to lose by 7. to the Niners, which means the Niners are going to put up 30 points.
Tataroa McMillan, my start of the week. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. By the way, do you think Kittle could do like a wheelie?
He could do a wheelie all the way down the street.
All the way down the
and
street?
I'm talking bicycle. None of this on a motorcycle, you could do it for miles. But
you think he has pegs on his bike, on the back of his bike to give his friends
yes,
rides?
he's got pegs on the bike.
All right.
And then he'll take someone on his shoulders.
He'd do both?
Yeah, well, if he's got two friends, he's not going to leave one behind. He's way
No,
too cool for that.
He's too cool. Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall. I know you guys have had just this unadulterated confidence in Ricky Pearsall.
Mm-hmm.
Does it persist into this moment here on the show?
It does persist. I do think that Ricky Pearsall is their best player. I think he's going to be their best wide receiver. Certainly not their best player with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. Yeah. I mean, the way that Shanahan has talked about him, watching the routes last week, he was a little bit of a decoy, but he was open a lot. And so I'm okay playing Pearsall.
You'd play him over Juwan Jennings?
I still would play him over Juwan Jennings. I think that if
I'm
if
sure
Jennings,
you guys are going to end up right. I have my
Jennings
doubts.
leads the team in receptions at the wide receiver position, I think you're disappointed. If Pearsall does, I think you get a good fantasy output. That's the difference. Like
right, Jennings could be 5 for 41 or something
exactly.
like that. Okay, well, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Carolina at 6-5 on Monday Night Football. Like I didn't think I'd be saying that.
No, that it's fun, and they're in the race for their division.
Yeah. All right. I guess no meteor.
Fantasy Face-Off, presented by Prize Picks.
Well, Mike's not here, so, he probably lost.
But I checked. He didn't lose, but I also didn't lose.
No, I think you guys were 3 of 4, and I was 2 of 4, I believe. Yep. So I get to spin it, and I can't wait because yeah.
You're back.
Wheel of Shame.
Can't wait to find out how much I have to zoom my browser window. All right, spin the wheel.
You should be able to see just fine.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Let's see here. Jay Grizz, the count.
Okay. Oh, God. What does that say?
What does it say? It says, oink, oink. Oink, oink, piggy. This was something that Andy got for me.
This is not.
This is what makes me so happy about this.
This is the ultimate backfire.
It is the ultimate backfire.
I got this for you.
You got this for me, trying to fat shame me, and then it didn't come in time. And so you guys pivoted last week. And so I'm just putting it right back on. You got your own punishment.
This is crushing.
Yeah. Oh, you look so stupid. You look like when you were in that Batman suit.
Hey, can you even hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you enough. It plays. You look you really look fat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead, Jack.
All right, I'll start us off at the quarter. Oh, also, just to let the Footclan know what we're doing here with Prize Picks this
blade.
week. I see it cutting into those eyes. Oh, it's delightful. So what we're doing this week with Mike gone, we are making the Deucers in Deucers Alley participate with us. Each one of our beautiful Deucers has picked a position, and Jeremy will read them off for us. We'll start at the quarterback position. Jeremy, which Deucer picked the quarterback?
That was Matt.
All right. Give us the Falcons line for quarterback.
Matt was thinking to himself, should Shedeur Sanders throw an interception this week? And he said he should do her that. So he is taking the more of the 0.5 interception projection on Shedeur Sanders.
0.5? 0.5? Is this a Green Goblin?
This is our Green Goblin.
Okay. I was like, I am also doing an interception projection here. I've got Trevor Lawrence is also at 0.5 interceptions. And look, as a Cardinals fan, I'm just going to hope that'll be a fun moment for me. I get to double up and I get to go, woohoo! That's awesome. But he was not a Green Goblin. I feel like Shedeur be like 2.5. What's the line there? All right, Andrew.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Jared Goff.
Your start of the week.
This is my Green Goblin. More than 209.5 passing yards.
More than 209. Yeah, that feels like a really nice projection to go more. All right. Okay.
Is something funny? Something funny over there?
I think Falcon is laughing at.
What's so funny?
I think it's your face.
Is it my fat face?
It's your fat face. It looks you really do look genuinely fat.
Yeah,
and it looks like you.
Okay.
So all right.
The eyes.
I'll kick us off with the running back. This is my Green Goblin. I am taking David Oh, gross. I didn't like seeing that. All right.
I found the mouse hole.
I am going David Montgomery. They talk about wanting to get him more involved. Same game. My Green Goblin. More than half a reception. Just get one pass. Get one pass, David. That's all you need. Deucers, what you got?
All right, Josh had our running back pick, and you'll notice that we thought it'd be fun this week. We have a lot of fun on the Prize Picks platform, but we put together a hater lineup, so these are all fades.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Josh's running back pick is Chase Brown, less than 64.5 yards, rushing yards.
Okay.
Can I add this mask to the hater list?
That's so that's going to be against the New England Patriots.
Are we on running back?
We are on running back.
I'm going with Ken Bone Walker.
Oh, my start of the week.
More than 7.5 receiving yards.
Oh, okay. He can do that in one.
Yep.
Or he could not do that in 5. I mean, who knows?
Let's go quicker.
All right. Wide receiver. I have a fun one here this week. I haven't done this too many times, not on the show. I play it off the show. But I'm going Stephon Diggs in that New England-Cincinnati game with their terrible defense and now maybe Joe Burrow active. I'm going with his fantasy score. They have a projection of 12 fantasy points, and if you haven't done it on Prize Picks, they're full PPR. So this is full PPR, 12 fantasy points for Stephon Diggs.
Cool.
Touchdown pretty much seals it. I think he can do it without one. I'm taking more.
Alrighty, and then Kyle had our wide receiver pick. He's going Trey Tucker against the Browns defense, less than 36.5 receiving yards.
This is the worst thing I've ever worn. T. Higgins.
I can see the lines it's making on your nose.
It hurts in an unimaginable quantity of pain.
I love that it was supposed to go to me.
More than 68.5 receiving yards.
Okay, I like that with Chase out. Okay, let's take our time on this last one, fellas. At tight end, we've got a lot riding on this New England-Cincinnati game. I think it's really fun, especially, man, if Burrow plays, there should be a ton of points scored. Cincinnati's defense is the worst ever against tight ends, so I'm taking Hunter Henry at tight end. More than 3.5 more than 3.5 receptions. See, the reason why I like more than 3.5 receptions for Hunter Henry against the Bengals is because they are historically bad against the tight end position. Producers, before you give me your line, what do you think of my Hunter Henry projection?
I think it's a great pick.
Thanks. Okay. All right.
All right.
Andy's eyes are closed. He is passing on.
I had our tight end pick, and I'm going to keep Fergalicious in purgatory with less than 36.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
I think the A.J. Barner week was a complete one-off, and I'm taking A.J. Barner fewer than 26.5 receiving yards.
A.J. Barner fewer. Okay, because you looked into that, and you realized that you did not love A.J. Barner going forward. I remember you talking about that. Is that true? You did a deep dive on A.J. Barner? Oh, man, the look.
Why don't you close this out, Jay?
All right. That was Fantasy Faceoff presented by Prize Picks. Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Use the code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups when you play $5. Play with us. It is a ton of fun over there at Prize Picks.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. I just want to stress how tight this mask is.
Humpty
and
Dumpty.
how they didn't really use a sander on the edges. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.